Hi, so this is a video on 8 essential WordPress plugins you should get for your site. Because there's so many thousand WordPress plugins out there, you need to know which ones are the ones worth getting for your site. Even if you got a small ones, I'd recommend most of these actually. And then another video I'll show you actually how to install the ones that aren't really that intuitive on how to use, but that'll only be for a few of them. Anyway, I'll start off with the first one's called Akismet. I don't actually know how to pronounce it, but this one comes with WordPress already. It's basically a spam blocker because there's all these people that have bots running around and they'll post things on your comments trying to get hyperlinks on your site so that they'll get more hits on theirs. And so basically Akismet makes it so it knows what spam is and basically makes it a non-issue for all the comments you get, and makes it so the only comments you get are ones that are people actually commenting on your blog. So that's an essential one. I'll show you how to install that one. Another one is called, number 2 is Counterize 2. So this is a really good analytics thing for knowing who's been hitting your website, like how many unique IPs have hit it, how many pages, which pages they're hitting, and a whole bunch, like a slew of other things that it can tell you. This is really essential to know how you can improve your website and how many people are actually viewing it and how you can make it better, you know. The third one is one of the most popular plugins out there. It's called the all-in-one SEO pack, so search engine optimization. And what this does is basically makes, like, the reason you made a website is so that people will view it, right? So this will make it as high as possible on the Google page rank so that you're more likely to just get people Googling you and viewing your website, you know, so that's because that's the whole reason you made it, right? So then the fourth one I'd recommend is called DM Albums. It's a really good photo album plugin, I guess you could say. Really sharp looking, quite easy to use, and yeah, just you view the slideshow of everything, like it does full screen or partial screen. Yeah, again, it just makes your photos look as good as they possibly can, while not having to expend too much effort to present them out there. You know, it only takes a few minutes. I'll also show you how to install this one. The fifth one I'd recommend is called Postie. It's for if you develop a website for people who are pretty clueless with web stuff and computer stuff. Because all it means they have to do is to add a blog piece to your website is send an email to a third-party email you set up, and then just the subject and the body will be what the actual blog post will be. They don't actually have to go into any back-end program like the WordPress program, because they might find that confusing, right? Not everyone's good with computers. Number 6 I'd recommend is called Viper's Video Quicktags. This is really good for if you commonly try to embed movies onto your website. This one's really good because all you have to do is just, while you're punching in a blog, all you have to do is like push a YouTube button, or what you might use, Rever or any of those. They've all got buttons for that. You just push YouTube once, and then all you have to do is put in the URL and the pixel size you like, and there you go, you got a video in there. 7th one I'd recommend is called File Icons. This is more of an aesthetic thing, but what it does is, like, through CSS, it gives you like a little icon next to media you upload onto your, well, not necessarily media, but files you upload onto your website. So I'm talking like, if you have a Word document, it'll put like the little Microsoft Word logo, or Excel. It's got dozens of them, so it's quite good. And it just goes based on the ender of your file name, right? .doc or .xles for Excel, right? And then 8th one I recommend is called Contact Form 7. It's really good because if you just put the email of your company on your website or whatever you're trying to promote, it's not quite as good because people leave your website when they're trying to send you an email, right? So if you have a contact form, it's all laid out for them, and then you can specify other info they need to add. So like you could have like 5 required fields so that you could suck all the info out of these people that you want. So if you're trying to grab their info, you can be very detailed and force them to give you all the info you need, right? Anyway, I'll give you a couple tutorials and other videos on how to install these things because some of them aren't really that user-friendly. Anyway, have a good one.